Hey guys, Soul Reaper here and welcome to part 8 of Besieged, the series in which I show you the crafts I have built in Besieged. So, this is my latest creation. It's a kind of a Jeep buggy design, which you can ready up like this. It has a single wheel suspension, so if I grab a wheel, it will react separately from the rest. So that's, I think, is pretty cool. The original design had a spring on the side somewhere to keep the wheel suspended. It gives it a little bit more springiness than it has now. But I used a steering block to give it resistance, and because of that I can adjust the height of the spring, which is pretty useful. Yeah. So it also has push steering next to the suspension, which was a bitch to create, but hey, I managed. So now every wheel has suspension and has steering, push steering. It's a bit bouncy. There's a little bit more weight in the back than in the front. This is more a showcase, so the idea behind this is that you can drive over rubble and the wheels will react. Turn this off. So, yeah. I figured, you know, if you want to go over a larger rubble, you can go push them higher or more ground clearance. If you want to go low and fast, you can do that, no problem. You can even drift it a little. We have a camera under 4 for first person view, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, yeah. We have a under 5 we have a camera for behind, and of course we just have the normal camera which will stay in position. I think this one is pretty cool. Huh? Makes it look like you're driving in a real car. So, how does it work? Some of you guys might be wondering. Well, let me show you. I'll start with a... I will try to rebuild the front. Destroy, yes. First off, we're gonna start with a part of the steering mechanism. I like to have it be a little bit more behind the block and not exactly in the middle, and I have a trick for that, which using half a wheel to create half a space. And there you go. Now we can place a hinge here and here, remove the blocks, and now it will remain stuck, even though it's not in the middle. Okay, next step. Now we need a part of the suspension system. So this is how you build a suspension. First off, we need again to create some distance. That. And now we can do it like that. Yes, we have to do it like this. Yes. And now we put blocks to it again. You can only do this with the large wooden block, and the wood pole also works. You know, you don't get a clipping alarm, so that's nice. Now you take a swivel joint, put that here, put that here. The reason why I use a swivel joint is because it doesn't connect the two swivel joints together here, so they keep being able to move. We put some here. We put some abrasive between them. And we brace them. So, the previous, in the, how we said it? In the Jeep, I just showed you there is a little bit more spacing. Again, you can use a wheel again to make some more space between the parts. This is just an example for now. Oh wait, I'll just make it like it's supposed to be. I need those extra. I need the extra distance. So take a wheel, and connect this one here. So take another wheel and take another swivel joint. Now we have to connect them because otherwise they would fall off. Like so. And now we put a swivel joint here and here. And if you put another swivel joint down here, it will just fall down. I just okay. Like I said, if you do this, for instance, do that. Now, if we just to simulate a wheel, we can just put on a wheel, but when I drop it now, it should fall. Why is it not falling? Something's not right. Okay. Put that one here for now. That's better. Now, you can already see the effect of the how the suspension will work. But as you can see, it will just drop right now and do nothing. Will not suspend. It will just be a large hinge. So now we remove this one. And normally you won't have to place that one. Put that one here. Turn this one around. I put it on a 1 and 2 because I don't want it to steer. But you can put them under any number you want to. So now you have the suspension, the working of a suspension. Just for another showcase. You have the same working, but you can also control the height. Okay, so now for the steering. And you can connect your wheels to this. Just to this point, and then you have your wheels. You can also use a, let's see, just to create a little bit more ground clearance. You do this, and I want it a little bit more forward. Now you can't do this with these swivel hinges. For some reason they won't grab it, but you can do it with a steering block and a lot of other different blocks. Now you can see I have a connection point here. Put a wheel there, and it stays on. Now it's connected to the steering block, so that should work nicely. And just to finish it off, quickly make another one. There we go. This means the wheels are more forward, there is less weight in front of the wheels. So it should work nicely. As you see, it barely falls over. Now you can make this with only swivel joints, and then you have to use a suspension spring. And you can make it the suspension more flexible, because you can lower and increase the suspension distance, I think. The springiness. Let's just keep it at that. So, but now for the steering. The steering is, once you understand it, it's not that complicated. You take a steering block, take another hinge. So now you take. Need just a minute. Let's look at. Here we go. We need some blocks. Don't really need to use these ones, but that's what I choose for now. No. Just like I said, this is just an example. This here. And this is a very long example. I made it a lot shorter in the real design. So, now you take a piston. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. I use 2 for each side. That means the wheels will react faster and get a bigger angle out of them. So you need to connect the middle block with the starter block, and you need to connect the hinges together. Of course, you can decrease the distance between these hinges. Sorry for that. To half apart, and will work. Maybe even against each other. It won't be a problem. So now we have the. Now we need to give them a number or a whatever you want to steer with. The right side is for going left. Increase the speed. Increase the speed. Go. The left side is for going right. It just pushes the opposite. So, and now we have sort of a not working steering mechanism. Okay. I'm doing something wrong here. I think I moved the... let's just take a look at the original. Rip that apart. There we go. Let's see. I'll remove this, and this. And this one. And you have the oh, that's it. I used the spacing technique with the wheel to put the hinges or the swivel joints farther from the middle, more to the outside. So not in the middle of the hinge, but on the outside, like the rest. You also have to put a hinge on top of the swivel joint, on top of the hinge, to keep your wheels together, to connect the you know, these bars, these ones which are now lighting up, connect the steering together. It also gives them the freedom of movement, as you can see. Again, I use pistons on the inside. And I can probably make it like that the back also turns, but if you want something that really turns very fast. So maybe that's the next thing I'm gonna build. So that's a bomb. So that's the suspension. It uses a lot of spacing, spacing techniques, using the the wheel to make half a space. So you can, do different stuff. So get a lot of stuff in a small space. And this vehicle is completely stock, so that's I think it's pretty cool. I tore it apart now. Hey, you can just load it up again. It's not the best climber, you have better ones, but maybe if I make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Maybe a little bit lower. I think I have too much weight in the back now. There we go. It's more of a rubble climber, if you break something, if you blow up a building, a castle, or you blow up a house, it can climb that very well. Just load the original. I need the extra weight. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, please press the like button, it really helps. And if you want to see more, press the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. There goes my wheel, there goes the rest. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.